Back in 2005, a young 22-year-old girl from Oklahoma won the television talent show American Idol. Her name is Carrie Underwood, and in the past 7 years, Carrie Underwood has become a huge phenomenon. She is now one of the biggest stars in America, with 14 #1 singles and 5 Grammy Awards to her credit so far. Well, having conquered the States, she's now turning her attention to the UK. She's about to release her first UK album, and indeed last Thursday she played her debut performance to a packed Albert Hall in London. And that's when I caught up with her. Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
Welcome to this side of the Atlantic.
Thank you very much.
So how's the British experience going so far for you?
It's been really great. We've been very busy. You know, there's a lot to do, and we didn't want to waste any time, so been pretty busy, but everybody's been super nice, and we've been enjoying ourselves.
Good. It's been over 7 years since you first exploded onto the world scene in American Idol. Why has it taken you so long to get to the UK? Because you have legions of fans here.
I don't really know, to be very honest. I think it was just kind of all about, you know, establishing myself in the US first, and, you know, country music is really very popular in the U.S. and it's a little harder to break in other countries, so we just wanted to make sure the time was right, and I think we all felt like it was right with this album.
Would you be a fan of many British artists?
Yeah, I mean we have a lot of you know, British influence on our radios.
Who do you rate?
Well, there's obviously, you know, Coldplay and Adele.
Yes.
I'm really liking Jessie J. I think she's a lot of fun. And then, you know, obviously, you know, people that have been around for a long time, Rolling Stones,
yeah,
people like that. My dad always loved them, so I grew up listening to them quite a bit.
What an amazing 7 years you've just lived through, you know, from relative obscurity to becoming one of the biggest stars in America. Tell me a little about your life before American Idol, because by all accounts you were a very shy young girl.
Yeah, I still consider myself to be pretty shy, to be honest. I was, you know, I grew up in a really small town in Oklahoma, and there were about 3,500 people, and went to school and graduated high school and went to college, and decided I'd go try out for American Idol. Why not?
And is this the dream? Are you now living that girlhood dream at the moment?
Yeah, definitely, and it's even more than I ever could have expected. You know, you don't know everything that goes into being in the music business when you're dreaming about it. You know, you don't know how much hard work there is, and actually how amazing it is to get up on stage and sing and perform. So it has exceeded any and all expectations, but it's also a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful, and it does sound a lot of hard work as well, but the adjustments and the changes to your life must have been immense. How do you cope with such seismic changes?
I think I'm a pretty normal person. I'm lucky. I have a lot of people around me that genuinely care about me, you know, and they don't care if they make me mad. It's not about, you know, being yes people or trying to keep me happy or, you know, anything like that. They don't really care what I do. My friends really, we don't even really talk about it that much. So yeah, I feel like it's just keeping that bit of normalcy in life is important.
Does the reality match the dream that you had?
Well, when you're young, you think of, you know, being famous and, oh, well, that person, they don't really have to do that much. They sleep in, you know, till noon and wake up and people do stuff for them and they get up on stage to thousands of screaming people. But there is a lot that goes into it. There's so many people that it takes, you know, to make a career like this go around, and a lot of rehearsing and a lot of just wanting to make it perfect.
Yeah, Simon Cowell, I think, recognized your talent from the very first time he heard you on the show. Does he still have anything to do with your career today?
Not as far as like any kind of decision making. I mean, obviously he was a very powerful influence on my career. I think he's busier than I am.
You invited him to your wedding, I believe.
Oh, actually I didn't.
Oh, really?
No, I read all kinds of people were at my wedding that I'm like, what?
Oh, so
they weren't there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
was that a deliberate snub that you just didn't
No.
invite him deliberately?
Oh gosh, no. Not so personal.
How is married life?
It's really great. You know,
would you recommend it?
I would. If you find the right person, I certainly would. You know, my husband's wonderful, and he's an ice hockey player in the U.S., so it's fun to go watch him play, and we both have a really fun life, and we support each other.
Good. Life's good at the moment then.
It is.
Right, tell me a little bit about the new album. It's called Blown Away, and it's slightly different to what we've come to expect from you, isn't it? Some of the tracks tell a really quite a powerful story.
Yeah, there's a little drama.
Yeah, a little drama, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much fun, you know, to create a character. In one song, you know, we kind of actually kill a guy. So, but it's so much fun. They're like mini movies, you know, and you can see it all playing out in your head as you're listening to the song. So, it just makes for a really, you know, cool audio visual kind of experience.
Well, it's time we heard one of them. Carrie, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. You too.
Ireland not included this time on the tour.
You know, give me a minute. Give me time. We wanted to kind of test the waters and get our feet wet first before we jumped into a tour, a proper tour.
Well, I can tell you what, you certainly have thousands upon thousands of fans all over Ireland that we would love to see you here at one stage.
That would be amazing.
Carrie, lovely talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.